4 or 5 productions going on at the same time. It's amazing. You know, there are like 5 or 6 different works of his in different media. You know, in live performance on television, on YouTube, on the screen.
The first time na may expose ako, may encounter ko yung theater, what theater is, was in grade 3. But my encounter was with the Jesuits, Father James Reuter, and he needed some kids to play Indian boys dahil pumunta si Francis of Navarre sa India at sa akin sa mga nakuha niya na magnanakaw na mamamatay dahil pagkaroon ng sundalo. And I really didn't know the whole story. I just knew that pag dumating pag sinabi ng stage manager, pumunta ako sa stage, tatakbo ako sa stage, paparilin ako, mamatay ako. But off stage, I was very, very excited kasi dami-dami tao. The next time I encountered theater was as an audience member. I was in second year high school, and my teacher asked me to watch this play in UP Diliman. It's an absurd play called Programa Putol-Putol. And I was so taken by the whole, sabi ko, ganyan pala yung theater. Absurd. So sabi ko, ang saya, parang ang ganda kahit ano pwede mong gawin. Pwede ka manumura, pwede ka but ang lahat. So ang saya. Sabi ko, sige, gusto ko yan. Sabi ko gano'n. And enjoy ako nun. So that summer, after second year, pumasok ako sa PETA Teen Theater Summer Workshop. That was in 1976.
He joined the Teen Theater Workshop, of which I was a teacher together with Nanette Matilla. I think what shaped Rody Vera was the fact that he came into PETA, he became an artist at the height of martial law. You know, the environment was very oppressive. And so as a young artist, he was steeped in social reality. His interest has always been in playwriting. So he was, in 1979, he was given a chance to be part of the writer's school whose play got produced. It was Paninduyan and critiqued by Mario O'Hara and Gino Broma.
Kasi sa PETA, I'm part of the writer's school, write a play, and then they find a director, and then the director says, ano ba to? There was a time actually that I didn't consider myself a playwright. Kasi nga, it was one stumbling block after another. Na my first realistic play ko, inayawan nga ni Mario. Ano siya dapat yung leader Tinapon niya sa akin yung iyak ako nang iyak ko, hindi umalis siya. Mamaya, iba na yung nag-direct, hindi na si Mario. And, well, at that time, I really felt so down. Sabi ko, ayoko nang magsulat. Ate na lang ako. And then I found music. I started singing. Doon na lang ako singer. So for like how many years? And when I was doing Patata, when I was artistic director of Patata, I had little plays. It was when I wrote Kung Paano Pinatay si Diana Ross. Yeah, yung gay theme na play, na coming out play, na pinalabas ng PETA. And that was what, 1992 na. And that was my first palanta with. I think that brought me back to saying, I'm a playwright. Eventually naging prinsipyo ko na, if I'm going to write a play, I want to make sure na ipapalabas ito. Hindi yung sinabi mo lang sa contest, tapos nandun sa shelf. Or ako nakaisip, sinulat kong gano'n, wala naman interesado, o walang may pera para gawin yun. So I guess it's better to link up with a theater company or a producer who would say, ganito ang gusto namin for the season. If I say yes to a project, then I have to inspire myself. So it becomes an active effort. And how do I do that? I research, I do, make it more interesting for me, and make it mind, even if it's just an adaptation. One major influence that I would always remember would be itong German director na iniimbita ng Beta for like so many times.
Fritz Benowitz was an East German director of the Weimar Theater. And he took Rody and mentored him in his translation and adaptation of Bertolt Brecht. Later on, Beck. So he learned from Fritz Benowitz the classics.
Begin to even appreciate Shakespeare more because of the way he's able to translate the situations, the images, the metaphors into making the foreign feel very local. What sets Rody apart from playwrights is I think this is dedication to Filipino stories, his dedication to telling stories that are so current and tackling actually quite difficult issues that sometimes playwrights or directors would have second thought of tackling because of the complexity of issues. I think that's what makes him one of the best playwrights who would advance the notion and aesthetics of political theater and political performance. It doesn't end with sloganeering or stereotyping, but he bravely goes into nuances of a situation, and by doing that, he is able to enlighten us with the complexities of a situation, and we end up being educated. We end up appreciating. We end up sometimes even being put in a position of ambivalence, which I think is a very good place to be as an audience. You're unsettled, you know?
No, may specific role ang pagiging artist. And I think one of the most important roles, especially now in this country, is to offer another way of thinking, not just the literalist way of thinking, which is why we end up electing actors or presidents, because people see them playing the roles of champions of the masses and literally think that because he did that very well on screen, he must be doing that, or he can do that in Malacanang. So, sa akin, importante ang address yun. Of course, ito yung mga drawings. And I can only do that by as a theater practitioner, to show them that there is another way.
The theater that we do and which you find interesting, and I'm pretty sure the theater that excites Rody is theater that doesn't exist in a vacuum. It bravely engages hard questions and courageously faces them, but in a way that is exciting, compelling, colorful, and stimulating by mobilizing what he knows about playmaking. The importance of theater is the way it contributes to the way we imagine ourselves as citizens. And I think that's the biggest contribution to Rody. The way he questions that constantly and contributes to endlessly.
Mr. Rody Vera now raises on the stage for the reading of the citation by Father Nemesio S.K. of the Society of Jesus.